From Budapest to Barcelona, Belgrade to Belfast, Europe is seeing a wave of political upheaval in 2025. But what's fueling this continental unrest? Today we unravel the causes, the voices, and the stakes. If you're passionate about democracy and global events, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon now. Hungary, backsliding democracy. Hungary, born from the 1989 fall of communism, was once a hopeful beacon of democracy. But since Viktor Orbán came to power in 2010, freedoms have eroded. What's happening now? In June 2025, laws were passed banning pride parades, censoring foreign-funded NGOs, and empowering police to block demonstrators and LGBTQ+ advocates. These laws aren't protection, they are punishment, say pride activists. Hungary's liberal mayor insists he'll organize the march anyway. NGOs argue Orbán is dismantling civil society to secure elections. The government claims it's protecting children and national values. What are the long-term impact? If unchecked, Hungary may forfeit its democracy, citizens face restricted freedoms, curtailed rights, and isolation even within the EU. Spain and Southern Europe, the over-tourism uprising. In cities like Barcelona, Venice, and Lisbon, residents are fighting over tourism, the takeover of their neighborhoods by tourists at the expense of local life. What is fueling these protests? Housing is getting unaffordable, infrastructure is overwhelmed, and culture is being erased. Citizens say, one more tourist, one less neighbor. Yes, one more tourist, one less neighbor. They demand caps on tourist stays and better community planning. Authorities say tourism funds jobs, but locals are clamoring for solutions beyond economic gain. What are the future implications? Without sustainable tourism policies, authentic culture is at risk. European cities may become inhospitable for residents, fueling broader urban decline. Serbia, student uprising and corruption. In Serbia, a student-led movement has erupted following a deadly canopy collapse in Novi Sad that killed 16. Since November 2024, protests spread nationwide. Demonstrators demand accountability, citing corruption in construction and governance. Students chant, "Serbia, stop." They call for resignations and reforms. How about the government? President Alexander Vučić defends his leadership and accuses protesters of outside influence. Some activists report intimidation and spyware use. What's next? If the demands go unmet, trust in institutions will crumble, risking a slide towards authoritarianism and youth disengagement from politics. Slovakia, a pro-Russia tilt and a crisis. Slovakia, once a symbol of post-communist progress, is now rocked by protests over its government's pro-Russia shift. What triggered the unrest? After Prime Minister Robert Fico met with Putin in late 2024 and hinted at a coup plot, tens of thousands took to the streets chanting "Slovakia is Europe, not Russia." Demonstrators seek clarity, EU alignment, and democratic oversight. On the other hand, Fico claims he's preserving national sovereignty against foreign meddling, but critics say he's undermining democracy. Slovakia's shift risks EU unity. Future instability may deter investment, weaken democratic norms, and embolden external autocratic influence. Northern Ireland, sectarian riots and migration tensions. Northern Ireland has been embroiled in sectarian riots since June 2025, sparked by the alleged rape by Romanian teenagers, fueling migrant scapegoating and deep-rooted divisions. Unionists say, "Protect our kids." Nationalists warn of rising racism and hate. Police arrested dozens and condemned the violence, but unrest continues, exposing forgotten frictions. Resurgent sectarianism threatens the fragile peace built on the Good Friday Agreement. Repeated unrest could fracture Northern Ireland all over again. Bulgaria, anti-EU currency clash. In Bulgaria, euros are under attack, literally. In February 2025, thousands rallied in Sofia against euro adoption, calling it a lost national sovereignty. They want freedom and reject EU-imposed currency. Euro is needed for economic stability, but forcing it may backfire. A euro rejection could isolate Bulgaria economically and politically, fueling Euroscepticism and corruption fears. What ties all the European crises together? A struggle between democratic values and populist resistance. If Europe fails to address these issues, freedom rollback, xenophobia, accountability gaps, the future of integration is at stake. But history shows us, no movement is too small. Hungary's silent marches, Southern Europe's water pistol protests, shows everyone that change starts with citizens. Thanks for watching. If you found this insightful, like, subscribe, and share it to amplify Europe's voices. Drop a comment, which of these struggles resonates with you?